After the horrific school shootings in Parkland, Florida, this evening the new charges just in. The deputy seen on surveillance outside that school during the rampage under arrest. Authorities saying his inaction cost lives. Also tonight, the high stakes for President Trump right here in London. The protests and standing side by side today with the Prime Minister, who he once heavily criticized. With days left for her in power, what he now said today. The major headline, the CDC now on the case tonight. The American couple from Fort Worth, Texas, healthy and on their dream trip, suddenly struck with a deadly illness, both of them dying at the hospital. Now, several people they might have come in contact with are reportedly under observation. The flooding catastrophe, water levels at all-time highs tonight. This home completely surrounded, more rain coming. The deadly shooting on the U.S. border, the images here tonight. The American who tried to drive through, authorities say he opened fire, and then he was shot and killed. We have new reporting tonight on the missing mom, her estranged husband and his girlfriend arrested. And tonight, why authorities are now zeroing in on a trash plant today. The dramatic rescue pictures coming in at this hour. The 74-year-old woman hiking, rescued, spinning in the stretcher as she was lifted out and returned to Normandy. Tonight, the chilling descriptions from the heroes themselves, young American sons who changed the course of history, what they saw, what they did, as tonight they journey back.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, reporting tonight from London.
And good evening from London. We are here for the president's visit tonight before we head to Normandy, France, and we will get to all of that in just a moment here. But we do begin tonight with the breaking headline involving the deadly massacre in Parkland, Florida. We all remember 17 students and teachers were killed. Tonight, there are new charges. A former sheriff's deputy seen on surveillance outside that high school as the rampage was underway inside has now been criminally charged tonight. They say his inaction cost lives. On another surveillance camera, we saw the gunman making his way through that school while that deputy was outside. Tonight here, the results are just in after a 15-month investigation. And ABC's Victor Oquendo leads us off from Florida.
As the horror was unfolding inside Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, students taking cover to escape the gunfire. Outside, the school's resource officer, Broward Sheriff's Deputy Scott Peterson, hearing the shots.
I think we got shots fired. Possible shots fired. 1200 building.
Heading toward the building in this golf cart, then taking position outside for 27 minutes, never entering the building. When it was all over, 17 people were dead, another 17 injured. Tonight, that Florida deputy is under arrest, charged with 11 criminal counts, including 7 counts of child neglect. A state review finding Peterson refused to investigate the source of gunshots, retreated while victims were being shot, and directed officers away from the building. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement saying there can be no excuse for his complete inaction and no question that his inaction cost lives. In an interview on the Today Show last year, Peterson said at the time he thought the shots were coming from outside.
I hear 2 to 3 loud shots. I immediately stop, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I hear shots outside.
You know it's gunshots.
I thought they were gunshots, and I thought they were outside immediately, and the first thing I thought was somebody's shooting at us.
Tonight, Fred Guttenberg, who lost his daughter Jamie in the shooting, tweeting, "Rot in hell, Scott Peterson. You could have saved some of the 17. You could have saved my daughter. You did not, and then you lied about it, and you deserve the misery coming your way."
And Victor Oquendo is with us live tonight from Florida. And Victor, we know that deputy had already resigned, and today he was taken into custody.
That's right, David. He was taken into custody on a $102,000 bond. If convicted on all charges, he's looking at more than 96 years in prison. One of his attorneys tonight saying he is surprised by these criminal charges. David?
Victor Oquendo leading us off tonight from Florida. Victor, thank you. Now to President Trump's official state visit right here in the UK. The president with Prime Minister Theresa May today, who he once heavily criticized. What he said today, now that she has just days left in power. Meantime, thousands protested and marched through the streets here. The president did not shy away from weighing in on the turmoil here in the UK. And about the protests today, he said all he saw was tremendous spirit and love. ABC's Terry Moran is with us here in London tonight.
On the streets of London today, Trump supporters and thousands of anti-Trump protesters scuffled as police struggled to separate them. There were chants and placards and that Trump balloon. But when asked about it all at his press conference with Prime Minister Theresa May, the president simply brushed it off.
And I heard that there were protests. I said, where are the protests? I don't see any protests. I did see a small protest today when I came, very small.
And in fact, on this rainy day, turnout was far smaller than the 250,000 organizers promised, or even the 75,000 they claimed. On this trip, the American president has made himself a major player in British politics, weighing in again on Brexit, Britain leaving the European Union, which has divided this country and sparked political chaos.
I would say, yeah, I would think that it will happen, and it probably should happen. This is a great country, and it wants its own identity.
The president was gracious towards Theresa May, who has announced her resignation. On a previous visit to the UK, he said she was handling Brexit talks all wrong.
I seem to remember the president suggested that I sued the European Union, which we didn't do. We went into negotiations and we came out with a good deal.
Yeah, that's not such a... I would have sued, but that's okay. I would have sued and settled, maybe, but you never know. She's probably a better negotiator than I am.
On this visit, every Trump moment has been scrutinized by the British press, that dinner with the Queen, and most of all, this wink from Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, after she and Prince Charles had the Trumps to tea. Tonight, Charles and Camilla are the president's guests at a grand dinner at the U.S. ambassador's residence.
And Terry Moran is with us here in London tonight. And Terry, two people who were not at that dinner, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. But President Trump did reveal today that he spoke with the prince on his visit to Buckingham Palace.
He did, David. In an interview with Piers Morgan, the president saying Prince Harry couldn't have been nicer to him. About Meghan, he said, quote, "She was nasty about me, and it's okay for her to be nasty. It is not good for me to be nasty to her, and I wasn't." So there you have it.
Terry Moran across town here in London tonight. Terry, thank you. Next tonight, we turn to that deepening mystery. The CDC is now on the case involving that American couple, healthy and on their dream vacation, when they suddenly came down with a mystery illness and then dying at a hospital in Fiji. And tonight, several others are reportedly under observation now. Here's ABC's Paula Ferris.
It was the trip of a lifetime, but David and Michelle Paul didn't make it out of Fiji alive. The Texas couple dying within days of one another from a mysterious illness. The couple, both in their 30s, both healthy and active. David, an Air Force veteran, Michelle, a former student athlete. They arrived May 22nd, but soon fell ill. And now a report from the Fiji Sun that 5 locals who came in contact with them are under observation and showing similar symptoms. And at least 10 resort staff where they stayed have been asked to go on precautionary leave. Fiji's government is leading the investigation with the CDC monitoring. The couple leaving behind a young son and daughter. Tonight, their family in search of answers.
And this is really my biggest appeal. If the CDC is watching, is please do your work, because I need your help to find out what happened.
The CDC does not know what the couple died from, but they will be receiving and testing samples from the autopsy. If it's determined that they died from infectious disease, the CDC will most likely be issuing a travel advisory. David?
Paula Ferris tonight. Paula, thank you. We continue to watch the devastating and historic flooding back home. This home in Pine Bluff, Arkansas is now an island threatened by the Arkansas River, tonight at an all-time high. These homes and buildings already lost only rooftops above the water in Conway, Arkansas. In Iowa tonight, I-29 and I-680 are flooded and closed to traffic. There is more rain coming. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z is tracking it all for us. Ginger?
David, tonight the damaging winds would be the main threat, and especially in parts of Wisconsin, down through Illinois, including Chicago and St. Louis. So keep an eye on that tonight. Keep an eye on flash flood potential from Houston over to southwestern Louisiana as we go through the early morning hours and afternoon tomorrow. We're talking 2-inch per hour rainfall rates, and then that moisture moves north to the areas that don't need it: Arkansas, Missouri, and yes, even along the Mississippi River, David.
All right, Ginger, thank you. And now to the deadly shooting on the U.S. border tonight. The American who tried to drive through a busy crossing. Authorities say when they tried to stop him, he opened fire. They shot and killed him. Here's ABC's Matt Guppin tonight.
Those gunshots shattering the routine of one of America's busiest ports of entry.
All of a sudden, we were like, bah, 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 bah. And I thought it was just like an M80 or fireworks or something.
Just outside of San Diego, the San Ysidro port handles more than 2 million vehicles a month. But it all came to a terrifying standstill late Monday. That 23-year-old white male driving in from Mexico, allegedly refusing to stop at an inspection area, which includes a slalom course of barriers. Instead, that suspect tried to drive through the barrier into the United States. Officers trying to stop him, the suspect's car eventually blocked by another vehicle. Police say that's when the suspect allegedly opened fire out of his window. Officers say they returned fire, killing him.
David, investigators are still collecting evidence at the scene. Now, there were 7 officers involved in this shooting. None of them was hurt. David.
Matt Gutman reporting tonight. Matt, thank you. The other headline involving the U.S. and Mexico. President Trump is now facing a possible revolt from his own party over his threat to impose tariffs on Mexico, he says, to deal with immigration. After a closed-door lunch at the Capitol today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said there isn't much support among his members. Other senators said they feared the impact on the economy and on their states. Hours earlier, right here in London, the president said Republicans would be, quote, foolish to try to stop him. After our broadcast here tonight, we will be traveling to Normandy to mark the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And for weeks now, we have been traveling across the U.S. to meet World War II veterans who were there that day. They were young sons who would change the course of history. And tonight, right here, you will see the moment many of them meet for the first time to make that journey back together. It is a journey they never thought they would make. 75 years later, they are returning to Normandy. Harold McMurrin, Newmarket, Alabama, and his uniform.
I wore part of it during the war.
And the entry in his diary that fateful morning.
June 6, 1944. Invasion started. 7:15 a.m. English time.
That would be all he wrote for 5 harrowing days.
I didn't have time to do any entries, but the next one was the 11th.
Harold, at 94, drives to the airport. He's going back. So is Jack Claiborne from Dyersburg, Tennessee.
This is me sitting there.
Harold Himmelsbach was raised in Yakima, Washington. He's now packing the letters he wrote to his mother just days after D-Day. You write, I'll leave all the bloody details to be written to Leo.
Yeah, he's my brother.
Your brother.
I tell him.
Harold, with descriptions of war he thought only a brother should hear. Vincent Unger from Orlando, Florida.
And this is my baby, my ship.
Vincent going back too. Onofrio Zakari, Las Vegas, Nevada, part of the 5th Amphibious Brigade on D-Day.
That's our company badge. We wore this on our shoulders, on our jackets.
All of them leaving home again.
I'm on my way to Normandy.
They have yet to meet one another, but they already share a bond. They were all there that morning, June 6th, 1944, the largest amphibious invasion in military history. 50 miles of Normandy coastline, the beaches with code names, Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. And what they did would change the course of the war. Harold Himmelsbach remembers the wake-up at 3 a.m. It was not long after. When you looked around and saw all of those ships, did you think this is actually happening?
Yes, I sure did.
Could you see the beach?
It was just a couple of thousand yards, you know.
And then they saw things they will never forget. Harold McMurrin, 4th Infantry Division.
First I was afraid, then I was scared, and then I was numb. The medics was overwhelmed with wounded people. Sometimes they were wounded themselves they would try to perform. Sometimes they would be in worse shape than the men that's trying to take care of. We all had what we called a buddy, and we knew that buddy would give his life for us, and vice versa.
Onofrio Zakari remembers the orders.
The officers were saying, let's go inland. We got to go. I can't even get up, for God's sakes. I mean, it was just fire over your heads all the time.
Vincent Unger, 2nd-class signalman in the Navy.
The water was from an orange to a deep red for miles, 20 miles down the coast.
More than 4,000 Allied troops were killed, but their brothers would prevail. When you go back to Normandy, I'm sure you'll be thinking of some of those brothers you lost.
Yep, that's right.